the first company that you started, describe that experience. Like what was
not resume, real company. So I came back to Chicago for a year after the Microsoft internship. Then went back to, the Northwest started to have its pull on me, and then I decided after a year at Anderson Consulting, the work that I was doing there wasn't that interesting. I mean, it was this cool new project within the firm, but it wasn't like, I was like, I don't see my life's work here. But I met some really interesting people while I was there who were looking out and seeing this, Gopher is kind of fun, but this web thing is coming next. And that, this NCSA Mosaic is, I think that's really going to go somewhere. And, I think there's going to be this whole browser thing that happens. And so I kept in touch with them when I went back to grad school at the University of Washington in the technical communication program, and decided, I still think somewhere in the West is the technology that I want to work on. It's either at Microsoft in Seattle or one of the companies in that constellation. Remember, this is 1994, 95. Nobody knew what was going to happen on the internet, except it was kind of bubbling over in a corner. And then I was like, there's a lot going on in the Bay Area too. I probably should be somewhere in Pacific time to see what happens next. Well, it turned out for a variety of reasons I didn't stay around here. I ended up going back to Chicago after grad school. Mostly I got married, my wife and I were both looking for jobs at the same time. We ended up with a better combination of gigs between both of us back in Chicago, where she's originally from, and I had spent more time in the Midwest, so we moved back. But that same crew of people looking out from the firm ended up being my co-founders in what became a series of 3 startups in Chicago. And the very first one wasn't actually our own thing. It was this other thing that these other 2 guys had decided to get built and had managed to get some venture funding behind it called, it was a company called DKA, Digital Knowledge Assets. It sings, it rolls off the tongue like an aria or something, right? Anyway, we knew, and we couldn't even, it's 1996, right? Or late 96? We couldn't even get DKA.com. That was like taken already by some law firm somewhere. I think it was an offset press in like Laguna Beach or something. Had DKA.com, and like for whatever reason we didn't want to spring for like $5,000 or whatever it would have been to buy the domain. I don't remember. I'm totally making this up now. So we were DKAweb.com, and so we basically built a group blogging platform for the intranet. So it was essentially a way for people to find links and other interesting things and to share them with other people in the company.
Wow.
But it was installed as a service, like on a server in your intranet. Today you throw it out on Heroku or App Engine or something and just be like, okay, it's out there. Go plug it into your internet or plug it into your intranet, use it at your company, and it's a cloud service. But back then it was like, this should be an installable thing. And
interesting.
But that was the first time I had joined a startup. It was like not Microsoft, not Anderson Consulting, not Purdue University, not anything. I just was like, these guys are cool. We laugh at each other's jokes, is what it came down to. We're these culturally compatible 20-somethings and a 30-ish guy, pretty much close enough together in space and time to say, we should go try to do something out there.